Hey guys, my name is Raksha Patel and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you 50, oh wait, more than 50 different hand lettering ideas. So let's get started. So for the very first font style, we begin with the classic bold lettering. You can do this by filling in your 2D letters. The next style is to add a drop shadow to the 2D letters using a single line as shown. The next style is simple 2D lettering. Here you do not fill in the inner portion of your letters, just let your letters remain as an outline. Now I'm really sorry that at this point my entire footage went blur, but I'll briefly explain the next two styles. The fourth style is adding depth to your letters by block lettering, and in the fifth style I wrote the word with a highlighter first and then just outlined the letters, leaving slight space from the strokes of the highlighter. Moving on to the sixth style, I first wrote the letters in bold and created clouds around it. Now this style never fails, and also I've been personally using it a lot. It is one of the easiest for headers. Next up is just a typical curvy cursive font. So the eighth style is a regular brush lettering font. Now while doing this, many of you have a question that which strokes are to be kept thicker and which are to be kept thin. So the answer to that is whenever you move your pen in the downward direction, those strokes are usually thicker. The next style is also similar to a brush lettering type, but to add a twist to it, you lower and raise the positions of few of the alphabets in the word. Next up, I created two horizontal lines with a highlighter and simply wrote in cursive. Next, I drew a horizontal line with a highlighter and added brush lettering and a cloud. The 12th style I have for you is that fill your 2D letters by leaving a thin space such that your letter looks like a thick border. Next, I drew a horizontal line with a highlighter again and added normal cursive text and simply underlined it. The 14th style is that I first wrote the word in brush lettering, added a rectangle around it, and leaving some space I added another outer rectangle, and then I joined the corners of them, as you can see, to give a frame effect. In the next style, you create your first alphabet of the word in bold and then write down the remaining letters in cursive. So the 16th style is a bit unique. It's similar to the regular 2D letters, but the inner strokes of a letter go slant such that it gets narrow towards the center of each letter. So the next style is similar to the previous one, except that in this case you have to join your letters a bit such that each letter overlaps the next. Moving on to the next style, here I wrote a slightly bigger 2D text and I'm just creating a polka dot pattern in it. Adding patterns to your text helps you enhance the fun element of it. In the next style, I first wrote the word with a highlighter and simply outlined it so that you have a colored 2D font, and then to add another dimension, I simply converted them into blocks. Here's the 20th style. I wrote the word with a highlighter first and then just bordered it with my pen. This style is also great to use for your note headers. For the next style, I just added a straight vertical line pattern in a regular 2D hollow text. The next style is again similar to the previous one, but I just created diagonal lines instead of vertical lines. Here's the 23rd style. First write the word with a highlighter and then add a cursive font in the center of each letter like so. For the next style, write your 2D letter and draw a rectangle around it. This is great for a banner look. So the next style is just like a bubble type of font. Use curvy or round lines for this text as I've shown. Whoa, we've almost made it to the half. Now for this style again, I made a rectangle around the 2D basic font and colored the background of the rectangle. The 27th style I have for you guys is super easy and attractive. I simply wrote the word in cursive, underlined it twice and then created a cloud around the font. For the next font style, I wrote the word in brush lettering font, made a cloud around it and then added a drop shadow to the cloud to make it look 3D. Next up, I wrote the first letter in capital and of a bigger size and then continued the other letters in 3 rows with a smaller font. Next, I again wrote a bigger first alphabet and continued the word with a smaller font in the middle line and created 2 horizontal lines above and below it. So now we're on to the 31st style. Here I again wrote a bigger first letter, added 2 lines of highlighter and continued the remaining word in cursive. The next font style is simple block lettering and I filled up the depth part completely to make it look more embossed. For the next style, I again did block lettering but this time I added diagonal lines for the depth. The 34th style is to add these dots in a simple 2D font to create this faded effect. Now you can add them either from the bottom or from the top as well. So for the next style, I wrote all the vertical strokes of the letter in 2D, whereas I added just a single horizontal line for the side strokes, as you can see. In the next font style, I wrote the letters in 2D again but shaded from the top and the bottom ends of the letters. Next, I just wrote the font in 2D again and added the same letter inside the 2D font. For the next font style, I drew 2 horizontal lines with a highlighter and just added a simple capital letter font with a line above and below the word. Next is the classic Times New Roman font. You can first begin with writing your letter in 2D and then adding a triangular base to the ends of your letter. Then just fill up the entire text to get a bold Times New Roman font. So for the 40th style, I wrote a cursive font, added a rectangle to it and then made it look like a block. I added diagonal lines for the depth of the block. The next style is similar to the previous one except I used a highlighter for the lettering and outlined it with my pen and then I filled in the depth of the block with my pen as well. Next is a simple serif font. Just add small dashes to the ends of your letters and you're done. For the next style, I drew a star and a dot below it before and after the word. Now I used a brush lettering font but you can use any. Next up, I created 2 horizontal lines with a highlighter, one thick and one thin, and then I wrote my word in a normal cursive font over it. Next, we have a ribbon type font. I first wrote the word in cursive and then added another line for the downward strokes of all letters. Just for a fun effect, I added these small lines and dots around the font. For the 46th style, I wrote the word in cursive with a highlighter and simply outlined it. Then I added horizontal lines up to about 1/3 the height of all letters. Next, I wrote in the simple 2D font again and created two horizontal lines above and below it. Then I joined the line using zigzag lines to create a tape effect. The next style is similar to the 9th style, and I just added small stars on the top left and bottom right of the word. Next up, I wrote in simple cursive fonts but just extended the first and last curve of the first and last letters. For the 50th style, I wrote the word in cursive with a highlighter and then just added small capital letters in the middle. Next, I wrote the simple 2D font, created a rectangle around it, and then I filled the background of the rectangle with diagonal lines. Next, I made this layer effect. I wrote the font in cursive, created a rectangle around it, and added lines on the bottom right corners, as you can see. For the next font style, I wrote the font in a bubble style and added this splash kind of effect around it. The next pattern is a pretty interesting one. I first wrote the word in cursive with white spacing between the letters, drew two lines, one above and one below, and then added the ends of the individual letters above and below those lines. This gives you a pretty aesthetic look. Finally, for the last style, this is a ribbon banner font. I wrote the word in cursive and then added this ribbon around it. So I hope you learned something new today. If you enjoyed watching the video, do give it a thumbs up. Also, do not forget to subscribe to my channel, and you better share this video with your friends who make great notes.